Well, anger and frustration is just mounting as this oil leak in the Gulf of Mexico enters its second month. BP now admits the leak is larger than it first estimated, but the company insists it did not try and cover up the extent of the leak. And that's the leak right there. You're looking at live pictures of the oil gushing into the Gulf a mile below the surface. They're being provided by BP after demands by Congress. Meanwhile, officials have closed Grand Isle Beach, that's near New Orleans, because apparently oil has been washing ashore there. Well, NBC's Kristen Dahlgren joins us now from Clearwater Beach, Florida. They are watching that area closely because we know that the oil is headed towards that loop current. And, you know, Kristen, we looked at those pictures, and while BP says that this insertion tube is working, pictures are telling a different story, right?
Had to go get mine.
Yeah, they are, Lynn. You know, here they're not forecasting any oil to come ashore, at least in the near term, but they're watching that loop current very closely because some of that light oil sheen has now gotten into it. It's expected to head toward the Keys, but really dissipate and evaporate before it actually gets here. The problem is that forecasts continue to show more of the oil getting into the loop current, and there is a definite fear in Florida that some of that heavier oil may eventually begin to head towards shores along the southern part of Florida. Meantime, we still don't know exactly how much oil is flowing out of that leak. And also researchers here in Florida now fear that it could be pooling in a deep underwater canyon. So they'll be headed out tomorrow in another research vessel to try and test that and see whether there are those underwater plumes sort of pooling in deeper areas of the Gulf of Mexico. Meantime, BP today says that now is only collecting about 2,200 barrels per day. They had said they were up to 5,000 barrels a day. But you remember that's the number they gave us as what was flowing out of the leak altogether. So a lot of questions about just how much is flowing. The Obama administration asking BP to come clean and give them all the data that they have on the leak, Lynn.
All right, Kristen Dahlgren, even more frustrating when you see the pictures. Thank you so much. Well, meantime, wildlife experts in the Florida Panhandle are concerned about a seabird that was found covered in oil. Now, this pelican is being cared for in Destin after beachgoers found the bird drenched in an oily substance. The film on the pelican's feathers is preventing it from flying, floating, or regulating its body temperature. Meanwhile, scientists are running lab tests to determine if this pelican is in fact the first area victim of the Deepwater Horizon oil spill.